Okay?
Assalamualaikum and good morning to each and everyone. So before we dive into the continued topic, let me first give you a recap about what we have discussed yesterday. So the forecasting model is it is a formal forecasting model is a type of formal forecasting, and we also have informal, which is yun yung mga based on our instincts, guess, and thoughts. The first part of forecasting model is time series models. So from the word itself, time series, so naka-base tayo sa mga past or historical data. First is yung moving average. So we simply average natin, i-add lahat ng mga data, historical data, then divided by the yung number of data. Then we have simple moving average at saka weighted moving average. So simple, so i-add lang natin and then divide. Walang even na mga weight. Unlike sa weighted moving average na may each data has a corresponding weight. And then, yung pinaka-latest na data is doon natin i-assign yung pinaka-higher weight. And then, next one is exponential smoothing. So, exponential smoothing, yung So, ito yung formula, FT, yan yung i-forecast natin, and then is equals to forecast this period. So, basically, given yung forecast na data at saka yung actual. So, yung forecast this period plus yung A, which is yan yung weight or smoothing constant. And then, i-times lang natin sa difference of forecast minus the actual. So, makuha natin yung forecast natin. Next one is sa causal model. Sa causal model, we have simple regression at trend projection, Sa trend projection and sa simple regression, they are pareho lang sila. Ang pinagkaiba is yung sa trend projection, kinukuha natin yung mga value ng X, which is magiging isum natin yung X, so magiging 0. Yan yung pagkuha sa X. And then, at saka sa trend projection, pwedeng yan lang na formula yung gagamitin natin since yung X is magiging 0. Sa simple regression naman, the same with trend projection. Yung pinagkaiba lang is yung trend projection is about time. Yung simple regression is yung independent variable niya is isa lang, and then it has a significant influence on the dependent. So unlike sa trend projection na nakasimplify yung formula, sa simple regression is lahat ng ganyan magagamit. Yung walang makakancel or magiging 0. Then sa multiple regression, ito yung even formula, pero since we are not using that manually or hindi natin siya kinakalculate manually because we are now using computers. So, yun yung pag-process ng multiple regression. Multiple regression has many independent while simple regression has only one. So, yun lang.
So the third forecasting model is the counting methods. Under is yung market survey and market testing. So, market survey, this is done before a new product is introduced into the market. So, alam naman natin na before tayo mag-produce ng product, mag-survey muna tayo kung marami bang bibili, marami bang may interest doon. So, sa market survey, pwedeng consumer market survey or industrial market survey. Consumer market survey, isi-survey natin yung mga consumers or yung mga customers either through mga interviews, mga mail questionnaires. Then, industrial market survey naman is isi-survey natin is yung mga may alam, may more alam na sila sa market tulad ng mga vendors, suppliers kaysa customer. Then market testing, objective is to get information on actual behavior of consumers towards the product. So parang yan na yung actual apply. For example, may product ka na pero ipapatest mo sa customers mo kung talagang gusto nila. Tulad ng mga free taste sa mga market. Then, the fourth forecasting model is the judgmental models. These incorporate subjective or qualitative factors in forecasting. The two most common judgmental forecasting methods are Delphi method and expert opinion. So first, Delphi method. So, Delphi method is yan yung every expert is magbibigay ng own forecast nila. Then, yung mga second group na staff personnel, sila yung magko-collect sa mga sagot ng mga expert na yun kung ano yung forecast nila. Then, next is yung magiging respondent din sila kasi, for example, expert ka, nakabigay ka ng forecast mo. Then, i-collect ng mga staff. Then, i-distribute ulit ng mga staff yung na-forecast mo sa iba. For example, nag-forecast kami mga experts, then papas namin sa personnel. Then, i-distribute din ng mga staff sa amin yung na-forecast din ng iba. So, makikita ko din yung mga na-forecast ng ibang experts. Then, magsusurvey ulit sila kung mag-stick ako sa na-forecast ko or makukonvince ako ng mga na-forecast ng ibang expert. So, the main idea of Delphi method is feedback process. So, nakadepende sa atin na respondents yung maku-forecast. Then, second is the expert opinion. Relies on the formation of panel of experts. So, dito naman is kung ano yung mga consensus ng mga experts lang, kung ano yung makonsensus nila is yun na yung i-forecast, yun na yung forecast natin. So, ang disadvantage is the resulting forecast made from the opinion of one dominant member.
Assalamualaikum everyone, so good morning. We are here again to talk about these forecasting models. So the last part of this topic, forecasting model, is measuring forecasting accuracy. Kasi ito sa forecasting model, we only forecast kung ano ba yung pwedeng resulta or what will be the result that is accurate. So we need to measure the accuracy of this forecasted para makita talaga yung accurate talaga compared sa forecast natin. But there is forecast and there is actual. So we need to learn to get the accuracy, the accurate one. So measuring forecasting accuracy is necessary to evaluate forecasting accuracy where actual results is going to compare with the forecasted values. Yung forecast natin, i-compare dun sa actual talaga na mga value. The way to manage your forecasting error helps forecasters and selecting which among the many technique is best in making forecast. So this diagram here shows the different techniques in forecasting. So this MAD or Mission Forecasting Accuracy shows kung ano ang pinaka-best technique na gagamitin natin in order to forecast a value. The simplest method of determining forecasting accuracy is the mean absolute deviation or the MAD. So galit to siya kasi nga na MAD. So which is the average of the absolute differences between forecasted values and the actual value. There is no single superior forecasting method. Okay. So average na to siya. We're going to get the sum then. We will see if kung ano talaga yung mission near dun sa actual. Sample problem number 1. Mean absolute division. Refer to sample problems on simple moving average, weighted moving average, and exponential smoothing sample. So these three here, ito yung sila. Moving average, weighted moving average, and exponential smoothing. But these data here were already shown sa previous na slides. Determine which of the following models is best, assuming that actual sale in June is 35 units. So dito yung kanina yung mga data kanina, 3 months simple moving average. We are going back sa mga previous slides na given. These are given sa previous slides in your notes. 3 months simple moving average, 4-month moving average, weighted average weight 532, if you still remember. 4-month weighted moving average weight 6432, and exponential smoothing with a weight of 0.8. This is the comparison. Hindi ba na-forecast na tayo these previous slides? So for the month of May, using the simple moving average, ito yung na-forecast natin. Tapos ito yung actual na given. So same din sila using these different methods. So these are the forecasted. Ito yung mga na-forecast, tapos ito yung mga errors na nanggaling dito. For example, the difference between forecasted and the actual sales is 6. And then this one naman for the month of June is 0.33. So, if you are going to add and then multiply by the number of the periods, so ito yung MAD dito sa 3.165. So, we compute all, and then titingnan natin kung sino yung pinaka-konti or near doon sa pinaka-counting error. Okay, so saan ito yung pinaka-maliit ang value? Yung pinaka-konti ang halaga? 3, 4, 3, 2, 2. Saan ito? Okay, 2.62. So ito yung using the exponential smoothing is the best accurate or is the best method to use para dito. Ito yung may pinaka-konti na MAD. So yun. Ito. Number 5 is the best method to use. Is 2.62. MAD is a measure of forecasting error. Okay, we measure the errors to the values that we forecasted. Therefore, the lower it is the better. The The best among the five model is the exponential smoothing with the lowest mod of 2.62. So I think that will be all, and thank you all for listening, and I hope you understand something in our report. So thank you all.
So before we have our quiz, let's recap again. So we're already done with this chapter. Custom models. Okay, so let's start from simple regression. So simple regression, we have one independent variable which is normally denoted by letter X, and we also have the dependent variable which is denoted by Y. So example natin for simple regression could be, for example, let's say this is sales. This is our dependent variable. And X is our, sabihin natin that X is our advertisement, ads. So what do you mean, what do you think is the relationship between sales and ads? Obviously, we expect that when we spend more on advertisement, our sales will be higher. So basically, we are going to make a regression analysis or regression equation for these two variables based on the previous data. So assuming, for example, sa January 1 or January, February, or saka March, tatlong data lang para mabilis tayo. Sa month of January, the actual sale was 10,000 pesos. And during that month, ang naging advertisement natin was only 2,000 pesos. Ngayon, pagdating ng February, ang naging advertisement natin was, let's say, 2,500 pesos. But our sales also increased by 12,000 pesos. Pagdating ng March, ang naging advertisement natin halimbawa is 2,100 pesos. At ang ating naging sales ay sabihin natin naging 13,000 pesos. Given this data, we can now make a regression equation so that we can determine kung magkano magiging sales given the amount of advertisement. What if we spend, sabihin natin, okay, taasan natin yung ating advertisement. Let's say, 5,000 pesos yung gagastusin natin for advertisement. What do you think will be the forecasted sales? And we can do that with the help of regression. And to solve for regression equation, kasi gusto natin mag-develop ng regression equation, normally ganito siya. Y is equal to A plus BX. This is a simple equation. Normally, ito yung ma-derive natin na equation. And ito yung gusto nating malaman. Ito yung ating constant. At ito naman yung ating coefficient. Normally, ito yung ating tinatawag na slope. And then X is our advertisement, or yan yung ating independent variable. So let's create a regression equation. So let's say, to solve for P, meron tayong formula. Ito yung nadiderive natin using x sub x and of x to two. We have summation of xy minus n times x bar times y bar divided by summation of, same lang, so palitan mo lang yung y ng x, magiging x squared minus n x bar, pero palitan mo lang yung y bar ng x bar, so magiging x squared or x bar squared. So with this formula, we can solve for b. At madali lang to using your basic calculator. So hindi ako gagamit ng hindi ko na isolve, isulat dito yung solution. So isolve ko na to using my basic calculator. So ito yung una kong isolve. Summation of xy, so 10 times x, 12 times 2.5. Joke lang. So pag-isolve na, sa m plus, 10 times 2, then m plus, 12 times 2.5, m plus, and then 13 times 2.1, m plus, summation of xy will be, magkano? 77, up to, gusto ko ng thousands. 300? Million. Million to? Umabot to ng million? Sige, 77,300,000 pesos minus the number of periods, which is 1, 2, 3. That will be 3. And then the average of x. The average of x. Average ito ay yung average na 2,000 something. 2,200. And yung average naman yung ating y. 11,667. Pwede ganito na lang. I-round off ko na to the whole number. All over the summation of x squared. So pwede ganito gawin niyo is yung ito lang, 2 times, tapos tulad ng ginawa natin sa first meeting, times, tapos m plus, 2.5 times, m plus, 2.1 times, m plus, and then memory recall, summation of x squared will be 14,660,000 pesos. Walang hundreds? Wala. And then minus 3 times the average of this. So, average lang to. Tapos, times. Ito ata siya. No? 11,667. Ay, ito pala. 2,200 rather. Tapos, times. That will be 4? 44? 4 million? 840,000. Huwag kayong galit, no? 4,840,000 pesos. And ganyan lang. And then isolve mo lang to. So using your basic calculator again, pwede mong unahin to. So, pakisolve lang. So, hindi ito trend equation. So, hindi ito magiging 0. So, ang lumalabas na value ng ating B, the coefficient will be million to? 2.1 Pwede natin gawin 2.13? Okay, yan lang. So 2.13. Ano ngayon? We now want to get the A, and our A is equal to Y bar, yung average ng Y minus 2. Wait lang, isulat ko lang muna yung equation. B X bar, and this is equal to magkano yung average ng ating Y? Ito siya. 11,667 minus the B, 2.13, times the X bar, 2,200, and therefore our A is equal to 6,981. Rounded off na? Okay, so that is our A. We now have our regression equation. Our constant is our A, 6,981. Our B, positive to. Obviously, positive yan dapat, tulad ng sinabi natin, that as our advertisement increases, our sales will increase. Ngayon, we add the coefficient na 2.13 na positive as expected, multiplied by X. And this is now our regression equation where sales is a function of X. My question kanina, what will be our expected sales if our advertisement ay 5,000 pesos? So let's do this. Let's now substitute the value of X by or with 5,000 pesos. So our expected sales will be 6,981 plus 2.13 times 5,000 pesos. Parang malaki to, so Y will be 17,631. So therefore, our forecasted or expected sales, halimbawa sabi natin, let's spend, sa pagdating ng April, sabi natin, okay, let's spend 5,000 for our advertisement para makapagbenta tayo ng mas marami. And this will be our expected sales based on our simple regression. Okay? As simple as that. And now, the next is multiple regression. Yun yung simple regression. Isa lang yung ating independent variable. And then pagdating sa multiple regression, we have here an example of a multiple regression in which case, di tayo magsasolve dito. Marami tayong variables. Variable 1, 2, and up to the more number of our multiple regression. But normally, kapag multiple regression ang tinatanong, we are asked to interpret. No? Let's say, for example, we are the auto car dealership. Tagabenta tayo ng cars. Ayan. So basically, binibenta natin ay, lagyan ko na rin ng picture. Hindi to Tesla. Wow. Di ba? So, pasensya na sa drawing ko. So, gusto ko lang ma-imagine nyo na this is Conquest. Anong spelling ng Conquest? Ano yung Conquest? Toyota ba yan? Or ano? Toyota Hilux. Ayan. So, ano yung kalaban ni Toyota Hilux? Sabihin ko na lang. Ito yung binibenta natin na. Pero meron tayong kalaban. Sabihin natin, sino gusto yung kalaban ni Toyota? Si Ford na lang? Anong meron si Ford? Raptor. Sige, Raptor. Raptor yung kalaban natin. Ayan. So, ang presyo ng ating car is, let's say, 1.5 million. Tapos yung kay Raptor, medyo mahal, 1.7 million. So now let's create multiple regression assuming na we have data And based on our data, we are able to develop a regression equation wherein our sales is actually determined by, let's say, 50. Ito yung na-develop natin halimbawa na multiple regression equation. Plus, advertisement ulit. Kasi normally, kung nag-advertise tayo for the card, eh baka marami din yung bumili. Sabihin natin 0.02 D. So let me use D to represent advertisement. Minus, let's say, 0.01 P1. P1 is the price of Hilux. So pag tumaas yung presyo ng Hilux, as you can see, negative yung coefficient. So ang magiging effect niya sa sales ay negative. On the other hand, let me have, let's say, 0.02 P2. Okay, that's another variable. 0.02 P2. Ano naman yan? Yan yung presyo ng Raptor. At as you can see, positive yung lumalabas. Is that reasonable? Yes. Kasi kung tumaas yung presyo ng Raptor, ano mangyayari kaya sa sales natin sa Hilux? Medyo bababa or dadami? Kung mas mataas yung presyo ng competitor, edi mas marami yung pupunta sa atin. Di ba? So that's all positive. So yung ating sales is determined by these multiple independent variables. Number one is yung ating independent variable ng advertisement. Number two is yung presyo ng ating product. And number three is yung presyo ng ating competitor na Raptor or the Ford. So ganun lang yung possible na lumabas na multiple regression equation. And how do we interpret that? Ang interpretation lang naman doon, hindi tayo mag-solve, pero normally interpretation lang. So ang interpretation lang naman dyan is, halimbawa, if tumaas yung advertisement, if we spend an advertisement of, let's say, 100,000, huwag na lang 100, ayan, 100 times, ayan, sige, 10,000 na lang, 10,000 pesos. So if we increase our advertisement by 10,000 pesos, assuming that the other variables remain constant, what will happen to our sales? Based on this regression equation, it will increase by how much? 10,000 times 0.02, and that will be 200. So assuming na dadami daw, accordingly, based on this regression equation, our sales will increase by 200 units. So ganun yung interpretation dito sa multiple regression. Another is that kung ang ating presyo naman for the Toyota Hilux increases by, let's say, increases by, let's say, 10,000 ulit, what will be the increase in, what will happen to our sales? It will decrease by, our sales will decrease by 200 units. Tama? Bakit 200? 200 ba? Hindi, 500, 100 lang. Tama? 100, that is because 10,000 yung increase in the price multiplied by 0.01, that will be 100 units. At dahil na negative, it means to say, pag tumaas ko ng 10,000, bababa yung ating sales by 100 units. And then another interpretation din yung ating price, yung presyo ng Raptor. Kung tumaas din yung presyo ng ating competitor by, let's say, 10,000 pesos, then we are going to expect the sales to increase by 200 units. So pagdating sa multiple regression, hindi tayo mag-solve, hindi tayo mag-derive ng equation dito. Normally, nadi-derive to with the help of softwares. So pwedeng magkaroon ka ng data na, let's say, data on the price at saka data on the price of Raptor. Then once na ma-plot mo sila in a table, pwede kang gumamit ng software and it will provide you this multiple regression equation. At ang gagawin mo lang is interpret. Interpret mo lang yung lumabas na result. So under sa multiple regression, meron tayong coefficient of correlation. Coefficient of correlation simply measures the relationship between two variables. So, example is gusto natin makita yung basically relationship ng P1 versus P2. Ano yung correlation between the price of our product and the price of the product of, let's say, Raptor or Ford? So, kung compare mo lang, and ang lalabas na value for the coefficient of correlation will be a value between 1 and -1. At tulad nga ng sinabi ng reporters in their discussion, if we have, for example, a coefficient of correlation na, let's say, 0.75, negative, so negative siya, versus 0.25 na correlation coefficient, alin sa dalawa yung may mas malakas na correlation? Yung negative 0.75? Mas mataas o mas malakas yung relationship nila kasi nga mas malaki yung kanyang absolute value or the absolute magnitude. Kasi nga, ang meaning lang naman ng negative na to is basically negative relationship. So kung tumaas yung isang variable, the other variable will decrease. So it does not mean na mababa yung correlation. The other one is the coefficient of determination. Going back to my example, ito, example lang to na regression model. Ano yung mga factors that will determine the sales for our conquest? So maraming makaka-apekto sa sales natin. Pwedeng yung inflation. Pag tumaas yung presyo ng mga products, normally, makaka-apekto rin yan sa sales natin. Another factors that may affect our sales will be siguro yung weather. Another will also be, maraming factors, no? Pwede rin yung income. Pag tumaas yung income ng mga employees, so possible na dadami yung ating buyers. So maraming factors, hindi lang yung advertisement, hindi lang yung price, hindi lang din yung price ni Raptor. So maraming factors that will affect or explain yung changes. So ganito yung example natin. Yung change ng ating sales, naging 10,000 sa January, naging 12,000 tumaas, tapos tumaas din noong March by 1,000. Ang idea sa regression analysis is what explain, gusto natin malaman ano yung variables that explain these changes. Our coefficient of determination will tell us kung how much of these changes in sales are explained by our independent variables. Example, coefficient of determination is 0.2. What does it mean? It means to say, yung sales natin, yung data natin sa sales, 20% of the changes in sales are explained by our independent variables. In other words, meron tayong 80% changes in our sales na hindi ma-determine or hindi na-explain ng ating independent variables. At yun yung other factors that explain or determine kung ano yung ating sales. Kung R squared naman is, let's say, 0.8, it means to say that 80% of the variation in sales are explained by our regression. So normally mababa talaga yung ating R squared. Kasi it cannot 100% tell or explain kung ano yung reasons kung bakit nagbabago yung sales. Any questions so far? Wala? Let's go for the review lang din to ulit. Yung ating counting methods, we have market survey, magsusurvey tayo. And then, market testing, itetest natin yung product. Tulad ng, itetest natin yung product natin if maganda ba, if sulit ba, if marami bang bibili, if magbebenta tayo ng ating products in a certain location. Let me highlight the next judgmental models. Delphi or Delphi method. The idea is, halimbawa, ito yung ating mga experts, yung reporters natin. Sila yung ating reporters, sila din yung ating experts. Let's try, what is this? Simulation of Delphi method. So we need the decision makers, sila yung magde-decide. Ang gagawin natin will be like this, no? Let me ask you, tatanungin ko yung mga reporters natin. So basically, under Delphi method is parang may bibigay tayo sa kanila ng questionnaires, sasagutan nila. So yung reporters natin, tatanungin ko kayo individually, ha? And then ipapa-explain ko sa inyo yung sagot ninyo. The question goes like this. Bumili kasi kami ng speakers. Itong speaker na ginagamit natin. Dalawa yung binili namin para sa bridging program. I want you to estimate. Estimate nyo lang. There is no right or wrong answer. Estimate nyo lang kung makano yung presyo nito. So, pwede nang tignan. Pailawin ko muna ha, para meron kayong decision basis. Ayan. So, may ilaw na, okay? Tatanungin ko kayo individually. So, gumawa na kayo ng guess ninyo, okay lang? And then you also make a reason. Explain, no? Explain kung bakit ano yung estimate ninyo na presyo. Let me start from the left. There is no right or wrong answer. Magkano na? Sa tingin mo yung presyo niya? Give me any reason. Kahit anong reason, there is no right or wrong. Magkano? Any number, kahit 9,000, kahit 10,000, 10,000. Kahit ano, magkano yung estimate? Isa lang, number, magkano?
Below 2,000?
Hindi kayo expert mag sabihin na natin 2,000. Kung gusto mo, 1,000. Check naman if below 2,000. Sige na, tanong. Huwag ka matatag. Sabihin mo na. Explain mo, tapos sabihin mo, ay, hindi mo gusto yung sabihin mo na, ay, ano? For the purpose of this.
10,000.
10,000 daw, sabi ka? Bakit?
Kasi naso,
Ito na, sige. Ituloy mo. Pakita naman yung switch. Tagalin mo, tagalin mo. Sabihin na natin 10,000 daw dahil maganda siya kasi rechargeable. Actually, the reason bakit pinili namin yan, kasi every weekends ginagamit namin for the bridging program. And kapag weekends, nawawala yung ilaw. So kung mawala man yung ilaw, ito kasi sira na yung battery niya. So kung mawala man yung ilaw, meron tayong speaker that will still work. So sabi ni First ay 10,000. How about you?
10,000 po kasi maganda yung speaker quality tapos wireless po yung sa mic.
Okay, maganda daw at saka wireless daw at pwede daw i-connect sa Bluetooth. Okay, so 12,000.
8K po. Eh baka sa Shopee binili.
Okay, so no problem.
Ayun po, pwedeng gamitin kahit wala.
Okay, so 11,000 daw dahil pwedeng gamitin kahit anong oras.
So, upon thinking about this price, the things that pops in my mind is about 17,000.
17,000?
Yes, it's a bit high because upon seeing it, it features different from the other speakers. It has lights, also, yes, it has lights, also, its sound itself is something different from other speakers. And of course, it is a Bluetooth, it's a wireless, and also it's chargeable. So, it's convenient among users. So, I think it's around 70,000.
Okay, so we have already now asked our panel of experts. That's the first round. So tinanong natin sila, and then yung mga reasons kung bakit yun yung estimate nila. And then ang idea sa DEFE method is yung results nila, yung responses nila, isa-summarize at ibabalik ulit sa mga panel of experts. And they will read kung ano yung opinions ng iba. And then they will be asked again, magkano ulit yung estimate mo. So let's do second round. Again, narinig nyo naman yung mga, yung reasons ng iba. So let me give you another round again. Magkano yung estimate mo ulit? Pwede kang mag-stick to your estimate, pwede kang magbago ng isip based sa nabasa mo or narinig mo opinions ng iba. Huwag kayo mag-overthink. Illustration lang to, hindi ito graded para recitation. Okay, so nag-stick daw siya sa 10,000. How about you?
10,000 din po kasi na parang kahit marami siyang features na at the end of the day, nagbigay lang siya.
How about you?
10K, same reasons.
Same. Okay, how about you?
Mag-change po sa 12K.
12K.
Kasi ngayon po na halos nagmamahal.
Lahat na nagmamahal na pala yun siya.
Yung budget, yung budget na.
How about you? Will you stick to your answer?
I think I'm going to a lesser like 16,000 kasi since other speakers kasi is gumagana lang using one mic. So upon observing, dalawa pala yung nakakunik siya. So,
Okay, no problem. Okay, so there is no right or answer. The idea is you want them to make an estimate at hindi pwede natin gamitin na pricing for this speaker. So, okay yun, no? Walang mali sa kanilang mga sinabi. Pero kung gusto nyo malaman yung mismong presyo nito, the actual price of this, nung nakalagay doon sa, pinili kasi namin to sa sa Imperial. So, nagmamadali kami kasi mga around 5 na kami pumunta doon, teaser Mongko. And then, ito yung nakita namin. So, okay naman siya, maganda siya. At tinest namin yung microphones namin. By the way, itong microphones are separate microphones. As you can see yung boxes. Binili namin sa Shopee. Okay? Ito, binili namin doon sa Imperial. Yung dalawa, ang pakabili namin ay yung actual, yung pakabili namin mismo, deducting the discount ay 30,000 pesos. Dalawa. So each will be 15. Okay? So There is no right or answer, pero as you can see, ano nangyari sa kanilang guesses? If we continue actually, the more we continue, the more that they will be able to come up with a consensus kung magkano yung presyo nito. As you can see, almost tatlo na ata. Yung first, second, at saka third, sabi nila 10,000. So pwede natin gamitin yan as the price for this speaker. So may dalawa na hindi pa nakukonvince, pero if you continue another more rounds, most likely baka makonvince din sila na 10,000 na lang yung magiging presyo ng speaker. And that's basically an illustration of Delphi method or Delphi model, basically. So medyo napahaba, but is na-explain natin. And then we have expert opinion. Tatanungin lang natin yung mga experts ano yung gusto nila. The only disadvantage of this, no, na-observe niyo yung mga reporters natin. Sinasabi niyo sa kanila ang pinaka-dominant when it comes to explanation. Pinataas, no? Malakas magsalita. So basically, the disadvantage of this is baka naman yung panel of experts natin, may isa sa kanila na dominant, di ba? At yun yung masusunod na opinion niya. At yung opinion ng iba ay magiging irrelevant. So the resulting forecast may come from the opinion of one dominant member. So yun yung disadvantage naman ng expert opinion. And now, let's go to the math, yung galit na measurement. So let's have, anong oras na? 11. Do. Ang early ngayon mag-pray ng Masjid File Fair, if napansin ninyo. Kaya doon na lang minsan ako nag-pray sa maliit na mosque. Kasi ang early nila mag-start and then ang early din nila na matapos. Pag lumabas na ng Masjid File Fair after Juma prayer na, parang tatayo pa sila, parang second adan pa nila doon sa kanilang mosque. Anyway, can we proceed na lang sa quiz? Okay? Madali na yung quiz and I will guide you sa quiz na lang for the mean absolute deviation. Kaysa i-discuss ko pa. Pwedeng paki... Get 1/2 sheet of paper. And then the reporters ay mag-proctor. Kung may mga tanongin group kung sino pwede lang assist. Bilisan lang. Get 1/2 sheet of paper. Pwede na paki-off to.